With me in the studio for this very special program is the founder of this program, Dr. Peter J. David. Dr. Saab, we welcome you to this show.
Thank you, sir.
Today, Dr. Saab, we are going to be focusing on something positive. And the positive things that we are going to be focusing is the success that our children have achieved. And some of them have done brilliantly well. We've got two ladies today. We'll be speaking to them. Dr. Saab, please, would you like to add anything to the introduction?
We would take this opportunity through this show, which is your show, to congratulate all the students who dared to take the exam. We'd like to congratulate all the parents who prepared their children to dare to take the exam.
And now, to continue the program, we would like to invite one of the bright stars of this evening, and that is Miss Isis Shehzad. We would like to begin with her, and there she is on the screen in front of us. She looks very happy, and we would like to ask her, first of all, Miss Isis, please tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we will start talking about your education in more depth. Go on. Over to you. Miss Isis, can you hear me?
So tell us, Isis, first of all, you've got to speak close to the microphone and speak clearly, kindly. What have you achieved?
Can you please unmute your mic? I think your mic is muted. Isis, can you unmute your mic? Because we cannot get any audio. Hello? Yeah, Dr. Saab, as the technical issues are being solved, let's talk about some things that you have just highlighted.
I'm just looking at the countries and their governments.
Yes.
How much are they spending for education? Because at the end of the day, education is provided by the government. We're talking about the formal education. Therefore, I thought about other education, which I said normal education. A lot of time when the schools were not there, the education was given to the children by their parents and their grandparents. So the mode of education was every day, every evening, children would sit close to their parents and their grandparents, and they will share with them their life's experience to make the children wiser. That is informal, but the formal education is given to the students provided by the government. For example, United States in 2020 used 6.1% of their GDP for education. Portugal uses 4.8%. Afghanistan in 2017, 4.1%. Russia, 3.1%. United Kingdom in 2019 used 3.9% of their gross productivity to educate their people. And of course, the highest, of course, is Marshall Islands. They're 15.8%. That is just an indication of what the government can do. But beyond that, we as parents, as responsible members of society, have to invest in our children's education to make sure that if there's any gaps that exist between what the government provides and we provide, we make that up. And that means sacrifice. That means sacrifice. And that means a lot of things that the children would otherwise have, they don't have, because the parents have got to pay for their books and their education fees. And I congratulate those parents who give up what they have, what they could have used, and then they send their children to private schools, or they use skills, and they buy those skills like tutorials and tutors to help their children achieve. It's a joint effort. At the end of the day, what the child has can not be taken away from him, but what the child has can be enhanced by the parental and the society's support.
Thank you very much. I would like to check with with our technical team. Is any of our are we getting Meryl through? Okay, let's put Meryl on the screen if you can, please. Hello, Meryl. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you very well as well. So, Meryl, I would like to ask you a few questions because you are one of the bright stars for this evening. We have called all our students who have succeeded, and you have done very well in your A levels. First of all, I and Dr. Saab, we know you somewhat, but most of our audience don't. So please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, so my name is Meryl Cecil Emanuel. I am 18 years old. I am based in London, and I come from a Pakistani Christian British household.
Very much. That is very succinct and very powerful introduction. You are a Pakistani background Christian living in UK, and you have just passed your A-level exams. Would you like to tell us what subjects you took, and also why did you choose those subjects?
So the A-level subjects I chose to take were biology, psychology, and sociology. Because I've always had a strong interest in science and understanding how both the body and the mind work. And I feel that these subjects allow me to explore human behavior, health, and society from various different angles. And I'm passionate about applying this knowledge to a real context. And I'd like to take it further as part of my future career in a science or a healthcare related field.
If it is not asking too much, would you like to unpack a little bit for our audience what future plans you might have to use these subjects? Of course, if it is too much, then you don't have to answer this question, but we would appreciate if you can at least give us a glimpse of what you want to do with it.
Yes, so I am currently working towards a degree and career in diagnostic radiography, developing skills in patient care and medical imaging, with the long-term goals of progressing into radiology so that I can be able to play a role in clinical decisions.
That sort of interests both of us, medical imaging and that. So, would you like to ask Meryl?
Radiology, Meryl.
This is Meryl.
The radiology is the future of medicine, in my view.
Yes.
And that took off about 10 years ago. I have been practicing now for nearly 53 years. And the only radiology we ever had when we started life in 1970s was chest X-ray, and also the orthopedic or radiography or radiology, where you would only see the bones which are broken and how to mend them. Beyond that, there was very little that we could see. Whenever there used to be an issue with headaches and things, we used to do X-ray of the head, but we couldn't see anything because all radiology can see is bones and no soft tissues. So the science developed very quickly, and there was then more and more interest in how the invasive radiology can be used to help diagnose and also treat the diseases. So these days, the radiologists are not only diagnosticians, but they are also therapists, and also they actually are doctors who treat the illness. For example, laser guided injections the muscles on the back. This is just one example. So I congratulate you, because this is where the future of medicine and surgery lies, and I wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ask you, Meryl, as you as you have joined this university course and you have taken this path, what challenges and difficulties did you have in sort of breaking the barriers to get to where you are? Because I understand now that regardless of which branch you take in medical field, they are all very competitive. So if somebody was following in your footsteps, what would you say? What were the challenges and what were some of the difficulties that you had to face?
Well, the years coming up to university during my A-level years, I faced many challenges, including managing a heavy workload across multiple subjects while also balancing personal responsibilities. You know, as you grow up, you gain a lot more responsibilities, and especially for me, I had the pressure of having to apply to university and choose a career that I would want to be doing for the rest of my life at such a very young age. And at times I did struggle with maintaining motivation and adapting to the high expectations of independent study.
Doctor, tell me, what have been the most challenging aspect of your journey so far? What has been difficult?
I think with the pressures that I faced, I think having to maintain those expectations of having to choose a medical field and choosing for a university to apply to, making sure that is one of the best universities for me personally, making sure that it's offering me the care and what I need in order for me to succeed in my career. I think facing those pressures was really difficult for me, and again, as I said, at times I lost motivation to find that perfect course and to find that perfect university for me.
What has been easy?
I definitely feel that the people around me have made it a lot more easier, like my family, my friends, my church community. All of these outside factors have really helped me able to easily process the whole experience as a whole.
Success is sometimes the result of good mentorship.
Yeah.
Who's your mentor?
I would say definitely my mentor is my older sister. I've learned a lot from her and I really look up to her, and she helps me with anything, and any problems that I have, I always go to her, and I really feel that she's shaped me to where I wanted to be today.
Besides your sister, who would you like to thank most for your success so far?
My parents, definitely. My parents have been with me through every step of the way and have always encouraged me and always reminded me of my goals, which with their support, I was able to maintain the motivation to go through this. And so my parents really believed in me.
In terms of your journey, when you are able to help others, what will be your focus? Which part of humanity, which part of your community, which part of the world, what group of people you would focus your help upon? Because I'm sure, knowing your parents, you already are planning to do something for others. Where would your focus be?
Well, personally for me, as I am a church-going person, I asked people in the church, like Dr. Injeeli, to help me and guide me, and I felt that through their support and their guidance brought me a lot of comfort, which again made the process more easy and more comforting for me to go through.
I congratulate you and thank you for talking to us.
Meryl, just one last question I would like to ask is, there are a lot of people watching you. This is a satellite TV, and so There are a lot of people, and then there will be recording of this program on YouTube and Facebook, various social media channels. If you had to give a message to young people like yourself tonight, what would you like to say to them as far as their journeys are and their futures are concerned? Because it's always nice to hear something from somebody who has already done the thing, who has already taken the steps, completed the journey in a way. I know you are just joining university, but getting there was a journey in itself. What would be your message to the young people tonight?
Well, to the future A-level candidates, and as well as their families and their communities, remember that the journey can be challenging, but with the right support and understanding and encouragement, it will make such a big difference. And to take each step at your own pace, ask for help when you need it, and don't be afraid to lean on each other and lean on those around you. Stay resilient and celebrate your progress, and remember that with determination and a strong support network, you can achieve more than you can imagine.
Thank you very much. Dr. Saab, those are very wise words.
We know the passion in your plans. Without passion, plans do not take any shape at all. We pray for you and we wish you success, and we thank you for being with us, and we thank your parents to be so supportive so that you can be where you are today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Meryl. If it is possible to kindly try to connect ISIS, yes. While we are discussing these things, yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Saab, you were saying some things about how much other countries are spending on education. I was just wondering, were you able to get the figure for Pakistan?
Yes, I mentioned this to you. Yes. I think Pakistan is probably one of the lowest. Where are we?
While you are looking for that, Dr. Saab,
United Kingdom is 3.9.
Yes.
Pakistan is 1.9.
Well, that really shows...
Less than 2%. That is 2023. That is 2 years. This is not whole figure. And this is...
less than
Pakistan
2%.
is my country. It is our country. We love our country. This country came into existence because the Christian votes made it possible. Without the Christian support, this country in no way would have been in existence in the way in which it began in 1947. So what I'm saying is that if we are saying something about Pakistan and it appears critical, it may be intentional, and it is intentional, but not intended to harm or to discredit Pakistan. 1.9% is not very, very good, because it's just so little. That is why in Pakistan, probably one of the highest level of illiteracy, and we worry about our community, because if you have illiteracy generally in a country, then the minorities suffer most, and that is the reason we worry about Pakistan. Because if Pakistan is spending only 1.9% of its GDP, no wonder there are so many illiterate people, and that brings us to our own responsibility. Those people who are living in this country, and those people living in Europe and living in North America and belong to Christian community, how many people, how many children we have helped to educate so far. I always plead and beg every listener, every viewer of this, every family in this country, Europe and America, must adopt at least one person in Pakistan belonging to Christian community to help them educate. This is the only way our community will be able to make any headway in Pakistan and be self-sufficient. Otherwise, we will be beggars, and if people are going to be kicking us, then it will be our own making. To become strong, to become confident, to be walking alone, we need to be educated. Now, I recognize that it is not possible to have formal education, but you know, there is education to do with special education. There's education which is to learning skills, to be able to make some living. Online education, distance education. There is many ways of doing things now. We can explore together through the leadership in Pakistan how we can help people. Online education, distant education, vocational education, just getting people together to focus on special skills required for particular trades. And this is a subject which I can just carry on talking. And I think it is critical for all of us together to just educate our people in Pakistan, because without education, we have no hope. If you are relying on the Church of Pakistan or Presbyterian Church or any other church, forget about it. This is the reason we are in the mess that we are in Pakistan. We have very little to show for what we do in Pakistan in education. Once it used to be a pride of our community, now it's almost a shame.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saab. Of course, that's very good overview of what's happening in Pakistan. To our technical team again, is Isis with us? Hello, can you hear us?
Hello, yes, good evening.
Thank you very much. We are very sorry for the technical difficulties we have had, but anyway, it's nice to have you in the program. I would ask you to begin by telling us a little bit about yourself, and then Dr. David will ask a few questions and I'll follow, and we will learn something about you and something that you want to share with other people. Please begin by telling us a little bit about yourself.
So, my name is Isis Shehzad and I'm 16 and I just recently finished my GCSEs. I'd say I'm a person who has a very strong passion in all the sciences, especially astrophysics, biology and neurosciences. I also have many hobbies like cooking, reading and especially sports and music. But yeah.
Thank you very much. Would you tell us what subjects you took in your GCSEs and also a little bit of why you chose that particular combination?
So during my GCSEs, I took a total of 10 subjects, which included geography, Spanish, physics, chemistry, religious studies, maths and English literature, and a few more.
All right.
And so I would say, I'd say my main reason for choosing them was definitely my curiosity and just my desire to gauge a proper understanding of everything around me in different varying subjects.
Would you like to ask something?
So where would you like to be in 10 years' time?
I would say my main goal is to study medicine at a university here, and so I would hope that I would be a doctor by then. And for these next 2 years, I'm choosing, for my A-levels, I'm doing biology, chemistry and psychology in hopes that I can then go on to study a degree.
My understanding of what you said, that you like to be a doctor, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have artificial intelligence these days. Have you understood? Everything is going to be artificial intelligence. So I was looking at a program today and I felt threatened myself as a GP, because everyone is going to artificial intelligence and nobody wants to go to GPs. So what will you do in 10 years if you're a doctor?
I'd say that is very true. And while artificial intelligence can be seen as a threat to us, I don't think anybody can compare to the empathy that us humans have in general. I'd say, yes, a computer might be better for a surgery, but nobody's better at talking to patients than we are ourselves.
The robotic surgery these days,
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
I would would say that we continue pursuing our passions and our dreams.
There is a will, there is a way. These are tools that God has given us to, and we are living in a fascinating time in the world. And Dr. Abdan, you know, I'm going to be 84 in a couple of months' time. And we are living in, I'm so lucky to live in the world that we, although it's a sad world in many ways because there's so much bother, so much violence, so much tragedy, so much war. But at the end of the day, when we see children like you thinking about becoming professionals in future, we admire God, we thank Him for the children that God has given to our community. And I congratulate your parents and congratulate your teachers for getting you where you are, and I congratulate you most of all to be who you are, what your plans are, where you want to be, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Isis, I would like to ask you a couple more questions. First of all, you seem to have very good plans. Dr. Saab has mentioned about artificial intelligence, and I agree with you. Whatever artificial intelligence can do, it cannot be empathetic. That human factor is always going to be necessary. However, what I want to ask you now is, what were some of the challenges and difficulties that you faced so far in reaching to where you are today? You seem very confident about your future, but to get to that confident state, you've had to have some difficulties to overcome challenges. Please share some of those with us today.
I would say definitely a couple months before my exams, I definitely struggled with my discipline and just getting myself to sit down and using my free time efficiently. But I think that everybody goes through these difficult stages in life, and it's just a matter of overcoming them. And yeah.
What support system did you have to go through all this? Yes, you tell us, when difficulties and challenges come, we wish somebody was there, we could, use their shoulder to maybe lean on or cry on, Tell us about your support system.
So I'd say over the few months when I really struggled, my greatest support systems were definitely my family, my friends who are very like-minded people academically, and 100% my teachers who always pushed me to be my best and helped me when I felt everything was going wrong. Everybody helped me with any doubts I had and helped me shift that focus from me comparing myself to everybody around me to focusing on my own journey, which I knew that I would inevitably have to take.
If you had 3 minutes, 4 minutes maybe, to speak to youngsters like you, wherever they are listening to this program or watching the screens tonight, what would you tell them? What are some of the nuggets of wisdom that you would want to share from your experience so far?
Okay, so I'd say to any future GCSE and A-level students out there watching, the journey that we take, it can feel very tough, but every step forward builds not only our grades, but our resilience and our responsibility for our future selves. And to all our families and communities, I would say that you are seriously the backbone which carries all of our students through. So carry on being supportive and carry on to push us to be our best. And when I really struggled, I always remembered this quote by the scientist Marie Curie, and she quoted that nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. And I feel that really encapsulates that we will all face circumstances that are challenging, but instead of fearing, we should pause and instead praise God and approach the situation with sincerity and courage.
Asked the other lady a question. I want to repeat that question on Dr. Saab's behalf, and then he will ask you a question. If you had to thank somebody today, now is the time. Thank somebody that you really think has helped you, and the world is watching. Go on. Who would you like to thank?
I would like to thank my parents and my sisters. They've always managed to dedicate time to just help me be the best version of myself. They've always just been there for when I need to just talk to them or when I just need them to be happy for me. They've always been proud of me. They've never made me feel like I'm a bad person or a bad student. And they just They're very amazing people who honestly deserve the world, and God bless them.
सबको
I want you to start thinking about when you are able to, and it may be tomorrow if you won a lottery, or it will be 10 years' time when you are a consultant and you can spare some time and some money. What would your focus be upon helping people? Where would your heart and soul and mind and money lie?
I'd say definitely my money would be donated and helped towards aspiring students such as myself. And everybody, it breaks my heart to know that people out there in, say, like developing countries, they don't have the same opportunities as we do here in England. And so I would love to just be able to help everybody so that they can have the same opportunities as everyone. One thing I do strive for is equality amongst opportunity. And so, yes, especially in countries such as Pakistan, like that is our home country, and everybody around us, like girls my age especially, we all deserve an education.
So that has made my evening. Pakistan, girls,
Yes.
education,
Wonderful.
helping them to,
Wonderful. I think you're a politician as well.
Thank you very much,
Thanks.
Isis. Thank you very much. You have been very kind to join us, and have a lovely evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and good night. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.